All right, well, after 272 regular season games and 12 playoff matchups, we now know who will play in Super Bowl 57. Playing the game contributor Paul Crane joined us with an early preview of the matchup. All right, so Eagles, that game was not very exciting. Kansas City Chiefs, that was way more exciting, but they're set to square off in next Sunday's Super Bowl, and history will be made. Let's talk about that first.
Well, we'll start with the history. One of the reasons the game wasn't very competitive is the 49ers were forced to play with no quarterback. Yeah. But what we've got in the now Eagles-Chiefs is, when it comes to the quarterback position, the two youngest starting quarterbacks in the history of the Super Bowl, and the first time two black quarterbacks will be facing each other to start a Super Bowl. So with that kind of history, we're shown once again that youth is not being wasted on the young. When you take a look at Patrick Mahomes of Kansas City Chiefs, he's the old guy at age 27. Jalen Hurts is going to be the youngest quarterback to ever start a Super Bowl at age 24, and these two have become well, they're MVP quality players. Hurts may be the MVP this year, and Patrick Mahomes has already won it.
Absolutely. So the Eagles, absolutely pounded the 49ers and ended the storybook tale of Brock Purdy. We talked about him on Friday. Jay did a really good interview about that. But what happened there? Well,
early on, Purdy, of course, the first Mr. Irrelevant, the last player drafted in the NFL draft as a rookie, was trying to become the first rookie to ever lead a team to the Super Bowl. He had put together a real Cinderella season, but it struck midnight very early in the game. He was 4 for 4, and then he hit his throwing arm on Hassan Riddick of the Eagles was coming in, and he hurt his elbow. And he couldn't throw anymore. So he had to leave. Josh Johnson, they were down to their 4th string quarterback. Remember, the 49ers' first 2 quarterbacks were already hurt, which is why Purdy was put in during the season. And he went out, he couldn't even throw. And then Josh Johnson got hurt, and Purdy had to come back in, but all he could really do was hand off the football. So it's hard to win at this level anyway. It's really hard to win with no quarterback.
Right, and if he didn't come back into the game, it was McCaffrey that was going to be the alternate, right?
Well, McCaffrey, when Josh Johnson came in after Purdy was hurt, remember, he had the one touchdown run where he broke like 4 tackles, and it was an amazing run. So the 49ers really had a great season. The fact that they were able to get as far as they did with a 3rd string quarterback ultimately. Obviously, Brock Purdy had done what no other rookie or Mr. Irrelevant had ever done, and it was sad that we didn't get to see it play out in the game, and he started so well, but really that Philadelphia team has been just the most complete team all season long, offensively and defensively, and they just have completed it by getting to the Super Bowl, but as Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, said after the game, one more.
All right, so a little bit of controversy leading to the win by the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes running out of bounds. We had that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Bengals. A lot of fans in Cincy complaining, and I've seen it all over Twitter, that the refs, they tilted the game. So what is your analysis?
No, they did not. Patrick Mahomes, you got to be careful.
Just don't touch.
But look, he goes out of bounds.
Don't touch.
And then Asai hit him after he went out of bounds.
Yeah.
Now, the 15-yard penalty made all the difference in the world on the field goal, because Harrison Butker came out, kicked a 45-yard field goal to win the game, and on they go. Without that penalty, had they tried a field goal, it would have been from 60. And in those freezing conditions, not sure they would have. They might have gone for a Hail Mary throw, and the game would have gone to overtime. But it was a bad penalty, not a bad call. Osai should not have pushed him after he was clearly out of bounds.
Right. All right. So speaking of refereeing, though, in calls, this is, and they're switching lanes here to NBA. League referees are apologizing about a bad call that cost LeBron and my Lakers, a game against the Celtics. Yeah, okay. Here's what the tweet says, though, because this was super recent. Like everyone else, referees make mistakes. We made one at the end of last night's game, and that is gut-wrenching for us. This play will weigh heavily and cause sleepless nights as we strive to be the best referees that we can be. All right, sleepless nights, that's a little bit dramatic. Do you think so?
Yeah, I think it was a little dramatic afterwards. It's sure, it was
an awful call, Paul.
It was an awful call. They missed a call, but it wasn't a playoff game. I don't understand why they missed it. It was more obvious than 99% of the calls in this fast-moving NBA. But look, it wasn't like that pass interference call in the Saints-Rams a couple of years ago in the NFC Championship game. That was brutal and uncalled. Referees make mistakes. So the fact that the NBA came out and said it was a missed call, they usually do these wrap-ups of the final 2 minutes of games, and then they put it out. They came out right away and said they missed the call. And then to have the referees apologize like they did last night, that's unusual. Missed calls, not unusual. Lakers, get over it.
You're rude.
Sorry. I'm
kidding. I love you, Paul.
Call. It comes with the territory. It happens.
I gotcha. Hey, I hear you. All right, it's fine. All right, Paul, thank you. We'll be right back.